color guide that I'm going with, kind of staying in the purples with blues and green, reds, and then adding some contrast with the fire with some yellows and oranges up there. And the book is going to be kind of I think I'll keep the book very light color. So that's one of the things that you want to pay attention to with watercolor, is your values. And the values are really how much paint you add. So right now I'm just going to use a very light. So now it's blending together with that. Using a very light amount of pigment and a lot of water, you can get a very light color. So let's fix some of that up. Just not as dark. I have a fairly light colored book. That's not bad. Alright, now I've got a little bit of Iggy's arm that I forgot to do. So let's bring that. I have to wait on that until it dries. I should have known. Alright. Add a little bit of this color. When you add a little bit of each color to different sections, so we'll add some more of this blue in here, it helps unify your composition. So now while it's still a little bit wet, it blends in nicely and gives me a nice dimension by adding those extra colors. So now I think I'm going to keep those balls kind of a purplish. And get one going here. And one up here. And then one coming down towards Bunny. You can use sponges or paper towel or anything to mop up excess water. You get creative with your tools. Watercolor is great because it doesn't take that much stuff. Use a watercolor block. It's like the watercolor is taped to the cardboard that it's on, and it allows you to just paint right on it without the paper buckling. And so you can. I used to take a lot of the watercolor supplies, a little small watercolor block, paints, a little jug of water that I could close up, and put it in a backpack and go out at lunchtime and paint watercolors. A bunch of my friends used to do that, and it was really fun. And learning from people that you're working with is a really great opportunity. So now I'm going to add some fire here. I'm going to use the white of the page to create a lot of the brightness of the flame. And I think I might take this as a night scene. That way the flames will really stand out. And now a little bit of the red around the edges. So it's starting to work. At this stage now, I'm going to start drawing the line work. I'm using a Ready Sharp marker. It's made by Ticonderoga. Make the pencils, and what I really like about them is it makes a really nice thick line, very black, and it will not bleed with water, and also it's waterproof, so which is the same thing. And there's no smell, which is wonderful. So I'm just gonna go over, stroking my line. I'm using the arc of my hand to create these curves. So I'll rotate the paper in order to be able to get these nice arcs going. Again, I'm still thinking of drawing while I'm doing this, not just tracing lines. In fact, some of the lines have been almost vanished underneath the watercolor. So I'm continually drawing. Now on the little balls that Iggy is juggling, I'm just going to kind of indicate a shadow side rather than creating line work going all the way around. And maybe add some shadows with the marker lines down here. And I'll start to work on Bunny over here. You can already feel I'm starting to get into a little bit more of a flow with it. When I started, I felt very stiff. And so it's good to warm up a lot of times. We're working on, just doing some doodles, letting your hand start to just get to into the flow of the drawing, and then move on to the the actual project you're working on. It's starting to work. Makes his eyeballs, the pupils pop more by doing that. Take the pupil that's a little closer to me and make it a little bigger than the further one. I'll do that with Iggy too. Just make that side a little bit bigger. That side of the mouth a little bit bigger. What that does is helps add depth by creating perspective in the drawing. Okay. I'm going to hit some of the foreground lines to make them pop away from the background. And make a little bit of a shadow. Have a drop shadow underneath both of these. Alright. I'm not going to be too happy about this. Ears going. And I'll give him his signature empty frame glasses. Makes him look smart. Doesn't help him see better. I think we've pretty much got it. Okay, now I am going to try to make this into a night scene. Because their colors are a little too darker than what I wanted. And what that will do is make the flaming balls pop out more.